Hey there. So talking about detox and hair. So I had dyed my hair, always been a fiery one, and had to have a little bit of highlights in there starting in seventh grade. I remember my cousin Kenny's girlfriend, Sandy, was a hairdresser. Back then, that's what they called them. And I was so excited that she was going to perm my hair and dye it. These are natural curls. Don't ask me why the permanent was necessary. However, back then it was the thing to do. And I think that I had just gone through the era. So that I probably in seventh or eighth grade, which means that was sixth grade when I had a 7-inch stand on my head. That's right, 7 inches. Ladies, you hear me there with the bangs? You know, we did hairspray. Oh yeah, I had a 7-inch stand at one point. Oh dear, I had a tail before that. Shh. So here I am getting my hair permed and dyed in seventh grade. Well, that continued until the age of 42. I'm 45 now and am very happy to say that I am past the hair dye in my life, at least for this time, for this moment in time, because of what I've learned about detoxification specifically. And I was starting to gray at 42, and I was starting to collect them up here more. Now, this is a hereditary thing, and my parents did gray later in life. But I just wanted to see what my natural hair color was how it started. And I had no idea it was so dark. I always thought it was a bit lighter. I started out as that blonde, sandy hair colored kid also. And then, through mid school, high school, I just didn't know that I really had this rich of a chocolate hair. And I remember being in, not sure if it was late 20s or early 30s, and getting my hair done and them telling me that I had that mousy brown color hair. And well, okay. Well, this is not mousy brown, and it's interesting because it took a little while, and I wasn't sure that I really liked it because I wasn't used to it. But it's really that it does pick up reddish highlights with the sun naturally if I'm out in the sun more. And what I learned in the detoxification is that, again, what we're putting on our skin is going into our bodies. And so what is happening with hair dye, and I am not against hair dye, I'm really not, but I want to share this information because it's what my experience has been around this. And I know that there are a lot of concerns about getting older and people graying or thinning hair. And what I've found in detoxification is that it is possible to regrow hair. Men, yes, this is for you. And women, where our hair is thinning, this is for you too. And if you have been dyeing your hair for all of your life like me, and you're just not wanting to go there yet because you are going to turn white, that's also a really hot trend right now. And it looks great. It shouldn't be a trend. It should just be, that's naturally us. And anyhow, that aside, I'm just sharing this information because it's available to us and it's free and it's not including any major surgeries, but it's what you can start doing today. So if you're concerned about hair loss or thinning, change your diet and look into herbal detoxification remedies because there are ways to start to turn on that area. Cellular rejuvenation is possible, and that hair follicle can actually regenerate in order to reproduce. True story. It's very cool. It's very cool indeed. And with me, what happened when I stopped using the commercial shampoos and I stopped coloring my hair. So I stopped coloring 3 years ago. I stopped using commercial shampoos about probably almost 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half. I'm just using an organic coconut oil body shampoo bar. So I use 1 bar for my whole head and body. And because it has the coconut oil in it, I don't need conditioner. And yes, I do have these bouncy curls, and there's nothing, I don't use hair product either. I use my JADE Living Pretty botanical body product that I use on my face. Then I use the body butter, and then what's left over on my hands, I kind of do like this, and it's what keeps my curls together. It's funny, I had a gentleman on the street tell me yesterday to watch the humidity. I think it has been quite humid here in the Bay where I'm living right now, and I think that he was referring to my curls. It was very sweet, but I'm really not that hung up on it if it does get crazy anyhow. Today was a bit of a crazier curly day, and I've just noticed recently that as I recently turned 45 this summer, that I have less gray hairs that were starting coming in up here when I was 42. And I think that it really has to do with the detox. Again, coming back to these 4 months that I spent doing this, and then have continued throughout the year in not having certain things. I really try and stay clear of anything with natural flavors in it, and then meat and dairy and gluten, although I love pizza. So some days I have a cheat and I have my pizza, and I don't do other diets. I haven't been a dieter in my life, but just always trying to be mindful of what I'm eating, and that it's giving me the energy that I need. Because for me, food is energy. And as much as I love gathering with friends and family to eat a meal, for me, food really starts as my energy source. And when we think about what it takes for hair to grow, it takes energy. And so if that energy that we are taking in, first of all, if it's energy that is causing our bodies to work harder in order to digest it, then it's going to have a really hard time also having the energy to provide you with your vitality source, and then to do all of the things, including grow that hair, stimulate that follicle to be able to produce that hair, and then to have the color in that hair for it to also carry out with it is another level. So when we think about what we're putting into our bodies, and what causes much of our ailments is acidosis, things that we put into our body and we consume that continue to cause our pH to run amok and create all these acids in our body that create the cysts, that create a lot of the things that I talk about that I've experienced, the brown spots. That's our skin breaking down, and that, these spots coming through are acidic. They have no place to go. It hasn't come out the kidneys or whatever, so it burns out a hair follicle, or it strips the color before that hair has a chance to get out. It doesn't have the energy to also pull with it the color that's coming out. So it's getting stripped before it's leaving the body, because there's not enough nutrient source there. There's not enough source energy. So wherever you are in life, we can make these little choices, take different actions, pivot in order to start preventing some of the things that may come along down the road. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a fabulous hair day. Take care.